Well, hello everybody. Hope everybody got home safe from Hauntworld, and I hope that everybody had a great Halloween show. And today we wanted to have, this is what I'm going to call a teaser video, because prior to the show happening, we put a lot of stuff up for sale, and then somebody said they wanted to buy all of it, and then something happened. Who knows? Doesn't matter. So what we're doing right now, and we will make videos about all of this as it goes on, but what we're going to do, and what we're doing right now, is we're prepping to work at Creepy World. And what that means is we're removing the haunt we're going to replace. We kind of sort of have at our Scream Park kind of like a Not Scary Farm model. They literally replace like one haunt a season, and they filter it out. So after it's been there for 7 years or so, it goes away. And we pretty much do the same thing. We've had the Krampus haunted house now for quite a while, and we're going to get rid of it. So we've been gutting it. But what we're also doing is we have these containers, and you can see them right here. You see these containers, okay? So we have tons of them. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 alone here at the Darkness. But at Creepy World, there is literally like 12 or 13, maybe 14. And over there, they're actually 40 feet long. So we have piles upon piles of animatronics and props that we're going to get rid of. And the reason we're going to get rid of them, because we're tired of hoarding them. And when we talk about hoarding, look at all this vacuum form. Okay, this is pretty much insane, and I admit it. And you see piles and piles and piles and rows and rows. There's all kinds of stuff back here. So this video is going to kind of serve, and you can see this is from Scare Factory. We were going to use this in the Darkness, and now we're not. Right now it's laying on the ground. We just put it out here, and these are going to be for sale. Now, here's the Dark Raven animation that's going to be for sale. Here is, I can't even remember. I think I don't know how that got made. I know that body's from Unit 70, and it still works. It's going to be for sale. And you can see in here, like for example, there's a body there. Okay. It's just junk's been thrown in here. It's essentially what it is. And it's kind of sort of been forgotten about, essentially. Okay, let's look in this container here. Oh, we have a bunch of fiberglass. See, I don't even know what's in here, if I'm being honest. But we have a whole bunch of fiberglass props sitting in here for mini golfs. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you over here and show you what we've been doing. And there's going to be another video to come, but right there, that's a Christmas Jack-in-the-Box. That's one of those big fat guys from Unit 70. Tons and tons of snowmen. They're kind of dirty. There's a Gorgalore one. There's an animated Gorgalore one. There's a poison prop. It's like a Krampus that jumps out of a window. That was inside the Krampus as well. All of these animations came from Krampus. Okay, there's some sort of jump out. This one's a great animation right here. This is from Unit 70. He's a Krampus with a kicking, screaming kid, a snowman that's animated, a Krampus, a bunch of kids. then we're gonna go inside and I'm gonna show you a few more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this whole, look at this back lot right now. We're gonna fill this whole back lot with things we have for sale. Now, once we put it up for sale, okay, so this is gonna be for sale. This is an animation from Life Formations that will be up for sale. I gotta weave through all this stuff. Everything's a mess right at the moment. Okay, let's get around here. So there's a bunch of animations over here that are brand new that we're going to sell. So like this clown prop will be for sale. This animation right here from Poison Props has never been used. It's gonna be for sale. This one here, brand new from Poison Props, it will be up for sale. This animation right here, this zombie with this wall, will be for sale. Okay. Also, this puppet from Gorgalore, it's in perfect working condition. That will be up for sale. We have one of those big giant clown puppets. That will be for sale. We can even sell this big elephant. He's just sitting here for the time being, and we can sell this as well. So there's going to be a lot of animations for sale. That's not going to be for sale. That's something we put out at the Darkness to for photo ops out front. So that will not be for sale. And so right now, like I said, what we're doing is we're getting all of these animations out from Creepy World. We're gonna get them out of these containers over here. We're gonna make a big video. And then once we have everything on in the back, it's all going for sale. So we'll make a video, we'll go piece by piece by piece by piece. And then you can reach out to us and, you know, and we want to get them removed as quickly as possible. And so there's gonna be a lot of stuff, a whole lot of stuff, and you can have it all. And we're hoping by this weekend, we're gonna be making a video that showcases everything for sale. Everything. I'm guessing it's gonna be in the neighborhood of about 40 animations, and probably, you know, when it's all said and done, it'll be well over 100 props. And so you might be wondering why I'm getting rid of all this stuff. Well, you know, what was really interesting is I met some people at Transworld, these younger kids. They were kind of funny, and they like restoring them, fixing them, and everything else. I don't have any time to do that. You know, maybe that's what I should do, but I am moving very quickly, and my goal is to build our new alien escape room and build a new haunted house at Creepy World, including a new facade. Plus, we're gonna have a facade for sale as well. So it's gonna be a bunch of animations, a bunch of pieces, and I even have an animated ghoul band. This is was built by VP Productions, and it has Mr. Howell in it. It has, I don't know, a total of like 6 or 7 VP production pieces inside of a van. We're gonna sell that. We're getting rid of everything, and I mean everything, and we're basically making room to fit the new stuff that's coming in, and just sort of trim down because we just have too much stuff. So if you're interested in buying some pieces that need a little bit of TLC, and then again, some of them are brand new, or some are just super hard to find, then keep following this channel, because we're gonna have everything for you, where we're gonna go piece by piece, and it's all gonna be in one location. It's gonna be right here, okay? Right here at the Darkness, and you'll be able to come and see it, and grab it, and load it in your truck, and drive away, and we wanna sell all of it. We will entertain offers for all of it, if somebody acts quickly, or, you know, you can buy one piece. Now there's going to be a lot of pieces that are going to be brand new. For example, there's a piece from Scare Factory that's, I don't know what it is. It's like 16 foot, 15 foot tall. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a big demon guy that flies in the air and he's got wings and all. We never used him. He was going to go in the darkness. He wouldn't fit. I ended up buying a Diablo from Unit 70. So that's going to be available, and that's brand new, never used. Okay. So there's going to be quite a few brand new, never before used props for sale, and we will have them all on display, and we're going to make a video. We're hoping, like I said, to make it by Friday. That's the goal. That's the goal. And if not, unfortunately, next week I'm going to Las Vegas to go to a trade show called the Museum Expo, and while I'm there, I'll also go to the pizza show. And hopefully maybe I'll go into the bar restaurant show, and I'll make videos of those shows, or you can just come out to those shows. I mean, we'll still have people here working, but I am going to a trade show for the Family Fun Center industry. Now, if you want to reach out to me, you can Facebook message me, or you can email me at darkrides@sbcglobal.net. If you go to blacklightattractions.com, you can get my phone number off of there, and you could let us know what you're interested in, and start, tell us what you want. Be prepared to come quickly. Bring a U-Haul. You can fill it up, because we're going to have a lot of stuff, including brand new stuff. Again, our goal is going to be to, if you see this shop right here, which is a big mess, we want it to be empty. We want our containers to be empty, and so it's going to be a big sale. My guess is about $200,000 worth of animatronics. We're going to have multiple large pieces from Scare Factory as well. Like they're big pieces. We'll probably have 5 or 6 of those for sale that we've used at Creepy World. I hear somebody coming. Adam? Adam? Okay. So, just keep following the channel, and then we will have everything for sale. And for sale soon. And I can tell you, this room that is cluttered like nobody's business will be completely empty, because either this stuff is going inside the darkness, it's going inside the lamp, or it's going inside Creepy World. Mostly it's going inside of Creepy World. So it will be all gone. Everything for sale will be moved outside, and that's just what's going to happen. So there you have it. We're going to make some videos over the spring showing you us making a brand new haunted house. So stay tuned to the channel for that. But if you're interested in buying all of these used props, get ready, because there's going to be about 100 to 150 of them for sale. And it's going to be a big sale. Now, what are you doing over there, Adam? Oh, he's on his computer. Hey, Adam. So our plans are to make a new haunted house at Creepy World, a selfie museum, and a new escape room here at the Darkness, which hopefully we'll have up and running before Transworld next year. I'm hoping a lot sooner than that, actually. So that's the plan. So follow us, and we can see all that. And one of these Raptors is sold to a mini golf. That's where it's sold to. The other one, we're going to see if we can get up into our Jurassic escape room. That's why we bought both of them. Now, real quick, before I go, I made a video yesterday about thanking everyone for coming to the Darkness on Tour, and we do appreciate you coming, and we wanted to say thank you again. It was the single most successful show that we've ever had. By far. I mean, I wouldn't say by far, but it was the most tickets sold. The behind the scenes tour sold out, the lamp sold out, and the Darkness sold out. They were all 3 sold out. So we did add a few tickets to the lamp. just so like 3 or 4 people who showed up could buy them. So we had to open something up so they could buy the tickets. That's why it popped up there where you could buy a ticket. They had to go at 9:45, but we did not have a box office at any of the locations. So a lot of people came up thinking they could buy a ticket, and we told them, no, you cannot buy a ticket, and it's sold out. So we just quickly made an ability for them to sell, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 tickets. It was not that big of a deal. But yeah, all 3 sold out. We never added any on for the behind the scenes tour because we can't hold anymore. We do a seminar in there and it can hold, a certain amount of people, and that's it. So the seminar was great, and I wanted to thank Grim Life Collective for doing that. It was so fantastic to hear their perspective on everything, and I think people really liked it. What was really interesting is they're YouTubers, and I'm a haunted house owner. You would think most of the questions would be about, the haunted house. I would say over 50% of all the questions asked were asked to the Grim Life Collective. That was really interesting, to say the least. It was kind of interesting because it went in waves. At first, it was like all the questions were for them. I think we were 20 minutes in it, and then somebody finally asked me a question, and I made a joke saying, finally somebody asked me a question. And, it was kind of funny. And then it was like our big run where it was like 20 minutes were all questions for me. And then towards the end, it was back and forth between them and me. So it was kind of interesting. We just played it by ear, and people asked the questions they wanted to ask. And it was a lot of fun. So thank you for coming to our haunt tour. And thank you for doing that. And, I want to say, because people think that we just do these all the time. We do not. We haven't done a live actor tour of the darkness or LEMP since 2019. So this was the first one since 2019. And but it was fun. It was fine. And it was hard getting actors for the darkness. Believe it or not, we had more for the LEMP than we did for the darkness. But either way, people loved it, and they appreciated it, and I appreciate you. So I appreciate you 100,000%. Now, before we go, I did that video talking about all the stuff that we bought. And there's stuff that we bought that we didn't mention. But you have to remember, we bought a lot of stuff before the show ever happened. We bought a lot of stuff from Ghost Ride, Studio Tech. We bought stuff from Unit 70. We bought some stuff from Poison Props. Trying to think if I'm missing anybody. Oh, Michael Burnett. We bought stuff from him. That was those tentacles over there you see on the ground. So we did buy those from him. So yeah, we had already bought a lot of stuff. So right now we're buying stuff for Creepy World. And one of the things that I did a video of walking through the LEMP. I uploaded it to this channel. So I was way in the back of a bunch of people. So barely any actors jumped out at me because I was in the back of a 10-person line. But you'll see that we walked through. But I did want to mention, we did buy a lot of stuff. Mostly we bought stuff from Poison Props for Creepy World. Some for the LEMP. And then we bought a bunch of stuff from Scare Factory only for Creepy World. And we have an order in with Unit 70. I don't know the status of that order. But those are the 2 companies that we ordered a lot of stuff from. Well, 3. If you count Unit 70, Scare Factory. And so I don't think we would be ordering anything else. We did buy a stack of costumes from Midnight Mayhem Apparel. You can see it sitting over there. All those costumes are going to go to Creepy World. Now, with that being said, I can tell you we're also going to be buying a bunch of stuff from Midnight Studios because we're going to make a selfie museum. And so we're going to buy a bunch of his monsters. That's going to be a new attraction for Creepy World. So where you walk through and you just take pictures. So we're going to be doing that. So with all that being said, I'm going to be making a video and telling you what my favorite 10 animations were and my favorite 10, the 10 booths that I thought were the best. And my criteria for the best is clearly different than whoever voted for the best booth and they gave it to Little Spider. Now, again, I'm not taking anything away from Little Spider, but they did not have the best booth. It wasn't it. I wouldn't even put them in my top 10, because just because you make something that looks cool doesn't mean anything. What are you selling? Okay. I wouldn't put 13th Floor Entertainment in my top 10, as cool as their booth looked, if they weren't selling something. So, I mean, apparently Little Spider was selling something. I don't know what it was. I never went in there. I just thought it was, hey, we're selling theming. So, yeah, they're going to get some points for that. But I'm going to sit down and make my top 10. And I said this in the other video that I made yesterday, but I'm going to correct it. Because Studio Tech Effects, probably, I have to think about this, but they might have had the best booth, actually, when I rethink it all. Because they had so many cool things for sale that are game changers for your actors, such as big drop portraits that, you know, that they are above the customers. They had things where the customers could, I mean, the actors could lunge down, fly out at them. The only reason I would hold me back from ranking them number one is because of the price. So I'm just gonna finish this video with this. Okay, so when you're trying to come up with a criteria for awarding who had the best booth, there's a criteria. There should be points for several sections: the products they sell, the affordability of those products, the uniqueness, or, you know, or are they different or new or game changer, the scenic of their booth could be one. You know, there's a lot of things that would go into it. And that's one of the things that I think would work against Studio Tech is it was expensive. I mean, clearly it was expensive, but at the same time, they're huge game changers. They literally put a little Cirque du Soleil in your haunted house. That is a game changer. Buying a big, you know, Pennywise type of clown from Unit 70, that is a show-stopping eye popper that everybody wants to videotape and put on TikTok. So these are just factors. So if I was sitting here today, and this is before I literally go back and watch my video and figure it out, Beastcraft would be in my top 10, Poison Props, Scare Factory, Studio Tech, 13th Floor Entertainment, Immortal Masks, Ghost Ride. I mean, those definitely would be in my top 10. And I got to think about who else would be in my top 10. You know what was really cool was that company that was selling those the drone shows, because that could be a game changer for your haunted house. Should we put that in the top 10? Because it was $25,000. That was the opening price to do a drone show for your attraction. That's kind of a game changer. So, you know, Fear Ticket is a game changer because of the features that it has that allow you to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. When we think about it from that standpoint, it should be the best thing on the show floor. It should have won best product because it actually is a game changer, which brings me to another topic. And I want to talk about this before we go. But I want you to stay tuned for the videos that I'm going to be making on my top 10 favorite animations, my top 10 favorite booths. But I want to get Patti here. Hey, Patti, come here. Hold on. I'm finishing a video about us having a sale, and I want you to ask you about this. People trying to pay $20,000 for ticketing. Come here and explain it to me. Okay, because this is the last part of my video, and we got to get out of here because we got to make a couple of errands. So this is bonus footage. So we're about to have a big sale, Patti, and we're making a video and we're showing all the stuff we have for sale. So Patti, how did the show go for Fear Ticket? Let's start with that.
Best ever.
Come over here and sit down on the chair. Let me have a little interview with you. Look at her. She thinks this is funny.
I think you're funny.
Okay. So this room in here is not funny. It's cluttered to no end. So here, Patty, you can have this. And this is bonus footage because we're about to take off. And I wanted to ask, because this is like, really sounds like the biggest scam in history. And Patty, you remember me telling you I wanted to do a seminar called Adding Machine? When it don't add up, get a calculator out and do the math. Okay, so Patty, first off, how did the Fear Ticket do this year?
It was better than ever. Best Transworld yet. Thank you, Rich and Jen.
Okay, and one of the things that you guys did in your booth, which is kind of interesting, was what? Inside your booth, you had a bar?
Oh, yeah, we had happy hour.
Yeah, you had a happy hour in there.
Yeah, free happy hour. A little customer appreciation happy hour. We gave it to anybody, but it was, you know.
People came up, they could get a free beer. Now, are you going to do that in the booth next year?
Yeah.
This year, you're going to.
It was great because I had people in my booth learning about Fear Ticket for the first time, seeing how my customers interacted, and was just like, just do it. We've tried all the others. It's the best. Just do it. And they're like, are you paying them to say this stuff? And I'm like, no, they just love Fear Ticket.
Now, Fear Ticket, and I just want to say this real quick, and we're going to go back to Patty. And I'm not going to use any names, but I talked to somebody who worked for another ticketing company, and they basically admitted that to me that Fear Ticket has the lowest price, that's for sure. But they also admitted that Fear Ticket is feature rich, okay? And that the other ticketing companies really can't compete with that, because if you would have come to the show, you could have met the owner of the company, and he was telling people they have 75 programmers. Like, we're talking major league cloud programmers that work for companies like American Express that add features. And I was talking to some haunt owners that told me, holy cow, like Matt, we got to get you from Penhurst. He said to me one of the features he had to have in Fear Ticket that it didn't have, and he said, Larry, I admit you guys added that feature by the weekend, and so now he's like strongly considering it. But that is one of the main features of Fear Ticket, right? That the features can just be poured in.
Yeah, we're the leader in adding features, and every time we add one, you know, you see them copying it or whatever, but we still have features that nobody else has, which I don't want to say.
Because we just keep adding them.
I know, right?
We just keep adding them, and we got a lot of ideas at the show for more features.
Yeah,
and they're all getting added.
We're always open to adding new features.
Now, explain why the features in Fear Ticket make the haunt money. Why they? Because one of the things that came up is a lot of the other ticketing companies, two in particular, were offering people, money.
I had a group of about 8 people from a New York haunted house in my booth, and they're like, "What? Why is my ticketing company offering me $20,000 to renew my 5-year contract?" And I was like, "Well, let's do the math." And so basically, it's one of these companies who charge your customers anywhere between 7.5% to 10% for online booking fees, and they're keeping the entire online booking fee for themselves. So we did the math. We figured out what they were charging their customers. I said, if you continue to charge with me, you can charge your booking fee and make more money if you'd like. You're in charge of your booking fee. It can be an added revenue stream for you. So I explained to them. I said, the only thing that any of these companies deserve is the same as us. Otherwise, they're price gouging. The only thing any of these companies deserve is 50 cents a ticket and credit card processing, standard credit card processing fees, up to 3%. That's all they're deserving of. Anything they're charging your customers above and beyond that is just them price gouging. So we did the math, and it came to, if they if they were using Fear Ticket and continued to charge the exact same fee that their current ticketing company was charging their customers, they would profit over $250,000 over 5 years. So their company is basically asking them for $20,000 in exchange for $250,000. Nobody's making that deal, right? Nobody would say, "Yeah, here's $20,000, and you're going to get 250,000.
So basically, the seminar that I wanted to do for Transworld called Adding Machine, which sounds like the most ridiculous seminar in history of Transworld, Adding Machine.
Never heard of it.
No, it's a seminar that I told Jen and Rich that they asked me if I would do a seminar, and I said to them, no, I haven't done a seminar since 2019, and they asked me again this year, and I said, I got an idea for a seminar. It would be called Adding Machine. Okay, when it doesn't add up, get a calculator, right? Do the math. And unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but a lot of haunt owners are not really good at business, and they put their passion for monsters and masks.
I mean,
and it's costing them. Isn't it costing them?
It is. Angela Dunn, before she ever switched to Fear Ticket, she's been with us for years and years and years now, but before she ever switched to Fear Ticket, and I'd always ask her, she would be like, no, I like my current company. They give me free iPads each year. And I'm like, man, those iPads those got to be a high dollar iPad in order for it to make sense. So when she finally switched and realized that those iPads aren't worth crap in comparison to now, how she's able to create an additional revenue stream by being in charge of her own booking fee, as well as all of the amazing
upgrade features,
the customer support staff. I mean, everybody. I had
and our system has never crashed.
Yeah, and I had John Eslich. I guess I look over. Next thing I know, there was like a group of people all doing shots with Prexit because they were so excited. It was Prexit's first Transworld, so all the customers were just so thrilled to be able to take selfies with him, shake his hand, give him a hug, do shots with him. So our customer support staff is unmatched as well.
Now, one of the things that Fear Ticket just sent out a mass email today, and this is something you're probably not going to get from the other ticketing companies, but they already started integrating AI into the ticketing system.
Yeah, well, that was already in the works during Transworld, and it's now live. So in other words, first off, we have 24-hour support, so there's no need for AI through our system. I know some of these other systems only have 14-hour support lines. They don't have 24-hour support lines. And I thought that was really interesting because I sat on the early bird seminar on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And so it was a panel of ticketing companies, and the seminar was ran by Bud from Dent, and one of the I couldn't believe one of the things that a representative of one of the other companies said was that they have 14-hour support. I was like, how does a ticketing company not have 24-hour support? But anyway, so we have 24-hour support. But let's say you didn't want to bother with calling the support. You just had a quick question. You can use the chat bot and get your answer through that as well if you'd rather.
So Fear Ticket is so sophisticated that it now has artificial intelligence that can answer your questions.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's great.
And the people who actually program Fear Ticket know how to create artificial intelligence, and they're going to be integrating all of that into the ticketing system.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where it actually will help sell tickets for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, the system sells itself, but yeah.
No, I'm talking about helping their customers make purchase decisions with artificial intelligence.
Right.
So all of this is going on inside of Fear Ticket. But let me ask you a real quick question here, Patti. The haunt that was offered $20,000, and I heard another haunt was offered $50,000 to stay.
I haven't heard that.
Okay. When you did the math, okay.
They wanted they wanted to lynch the guy. They wanted to go over and lynch the guy. And I said, bring it back, calm down, bring it back. First things first. Go get your data from them. Like, people are not exporting their email addresses, exporting their cell phone numbers so that they can do mass text. If you're not doing mass texting, text marketing is the way to go. So before you switch from your ticketing company over to Fear Ticket, contact your current ticketing company. Make sure you have your data pulled from their site and download it in your own computer first. So then they're like, oh yeah, Yeah, good point.
Well, thanks a lot, Patty, and we will be making more videos.
All
and
right.
we will be at the Eastern State Convention as well.
Patti@hytix.com. Email me. I'd love to chat with you. PATTI@HYTIX.com.